Yeah.
I'm recording. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, but class hasn't started yet, Prabhu. Sorry.
But if you want me
to
help,
Niru, if you want to make Praveen Prabhu host, you can make Praveen Prabhu.
Yeah.
Because you have to keep track of noise, meeting and all that. Okay? Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. I'll do it. No problem.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna to all of you, and I welcome all of you for this Bhakti Shastri class. So,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
If Lilananda Prabhu, whether we can start right now, and
Yes.
we would like to discuss about this Shloka test.
Yes, I have a schedule for that, Prabhu. I'll send it to you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I will email you the schedule.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Theek.
Sure.
Lila, can you republish in the group? I forgot. When is that?
Prabhuji, I've sent it in the working group, Prabhuji. There is another group, na? You can see that.
Okay.
Theek hai, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So we are starting where last time we ended. Om Ajnanaatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaha Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Upam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we are there in 11th chapter of the Gita, and this is a new section which is between the 9th to 30th. Am I right? We ended till 8 shloka or what?
We did more.
Sorry? Till what shloka we ended?
19.
19th. Okay. ठीक. I will go to the 19th now. Okay. So the 20th shloka. Dhyam prithvi idam antaram hi
Dhyava
Vyaptam tvaikena dishascha sarva Drishtva bhutam rupamugram tavedam Lokatrayam pravyatthim mahatmam. Translation. Please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Translation. Although you are one, you spread throughout the sky and the planets and all space between. O great one, seeing this wondrous and terrible form, all the planetary systems are perturbed. Commentary. Now Arjuna is going to describe another element, the disturbing element. There was everything situated in one place with great effulgence. Now another element is entering in. It is called Krishna's Kala Rupa, or form of time, which Krishna has already said. It is the destructive element.
Please go on, ready.
Krishna, out of his mercy, is giving also the vision of his universal form to the demigods. They all have come to see it. They are witnessing Arjuna's great vision.
So not only Arjuna was watching, but all the demigods also were watching. Amihitvam sura sangha vishanti.
Amihitvam sura sangha vishanti.
Kechit bhita pranjalayo granthi. Swaste yukva maharshi siddha sangha. Tuvanditvam stutibhi pukshalabhi.
Translation. All the hosts of demigods are surrendering before you and entering into you. Some of them, very much afraid, are offering prayers with folded hands. Hosts of great sages and perfect beings crying all peace are praying to you by singing the Vedic hymns.
Yeah. So this is all the description of the universal form and how the reactions were there by seeing. who was singing, and the host and the sages were asking for the peace and all. So, text 22. Rudratya vasavo ye cha sadhya
Rudraditya
sadhya
Vishveshvano marutas chopascha
Vishveshvino
Yakshasura Siddha Sangha Vikshante Tvam Vismitaschaiva Sarve.
Translation: all the various manifestations of Lord Shiva, the Adityas, the Vasus, the Sadhyas, the Vishvedevas, the two Ashvis, the Maruts, the forefathers, the Gandharvas, and the Yakshas, and the Yasuras, and the perfected demigods are beholding you in wonder.
How the different beings or the different demigods, how they were seeing that. So that is like Arjuna was seeing, and the reactions of different demigods, how they were. The sages were expecting the peace, that the demigods were wonderstruck, and different, even the Adityas and the Lord Shiva is also wonderstruck by this universal form. Rupam mahatte bahuvaktrametram Mahabaho bahurupadam Bahudaram bahudamastrakaralam Drishtva loka pravithitas tathatam. Translation.
Translation: O mighty armed one, all the planets with their demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and your many terrible teeth. And as they are disturbed, so am I. Commentary. Now Arjuna starts to see the fear even of the demigods. He also becomes afraid. His rasa changes from wonder, adbhuta, to fear, bhaya.
So now the adbhuta and like the wonderstruck is not there. Now the Kala Rupa, since he is saying that, so that is a very ghastly form. What the Kala Rupa of the Lord? The Kala Rupa, whether is like the universal form, but with the special effect. It is to whom Lord showed the universal form, like Mata Yashoda, and then to the Duryodhan, and then to Arjuna. The Duryodhana, he was not watching the Kala Rupa as per the Acharyas. Mata Yashoda was also not watching the Kala Rupa. Then why to Arjuna? Because even though Duryodhana was also a Kshatriya, but Duryodhana was more not seeing this universal form as a Lord's own potency or the Lord's own form, but he was seeing the Lord as a mystic. So the more like the wonderstruck or appreciation was not there. And so for them, it was like to show like a fearful form and making him fear. Then the people will be blaming the Krishna that, okay, you showed the fearful form, and then by that the war was not happening. And then Arjuna, like the Arjuna without was the victorious one. Krishna do not want to have such things. Krishna wanted to have. So that's why he has made a diplomatic plan that I will not be showing this Kala Rupa to him. And for the Mata Yashoda, it was like Why to show Kala Rupa to the Mata Yashoda? She is a woman. Why to make our own mother frightened? And Arjuna was watching because Arjuna was a Kshatriya, and to show him that and to give him the courage that because I am the Kal Rupa, I am showing you this ghastly form. In me, so many people are going inside. So this is the encouragement that I am there. Why to worry? So that's why this very special effect was been shown by the Krishna to Arjuna only. Nabhasprusham diptamanekavarnam.
Nabhasprusham diptamanekavarnam.
Vyattanamam dipta vishala netram. Drishtva hitvam pravyathith naratma.
Drishtva
Dhritim na vindami samam cha Vishnu.
Dhritim cha Vishnu.
Translation and purport.
Somebody else can read, Prabhuji. No problem.
Yeah, please.
Prabhuji, may I read?
Yes, Mataji.
O all-pervading Vishnu, seeing you with your many radiant colors touching the sky, your gaping mouths, and your great glowing eyes, my mind is perturbed by fear. I can no longer maintain my steadiness or equilibrium of mind. Commentary. The form was touching the sky. As far as Arjuna looked, he could only see the sky. In that sense, that form was touching the sky.
Damastra karlani chite mukhani. Drishtve kalanala sannibhani. Disho na jane na labhe cha sharma. Prasida devesha jagannivasa.
O Lord of Lords, O refugee of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth. In all directions, I am bewildered. Commentary. Arjuna's rasa is turning to bewilderment. Earlier in this chapter, Krishna said, "See all this in just one part of my body." But as soon as Arjuna was actually seeing the universal form, he forgot. He couldn't see Krishna's body anymore. He could only see the universal form.
Yeah, and the whole thing was happening on a ratha, on the chariot. Krishna never said that, okay, I will come down from the chariot and I will show you and expand my body, and then you will able to see. So this universal form, Krishna was standing like that, but this form was manifested for the Arjuna's vision and to the demigods only. All others were just watching the body of Krishna as it is. So it is very special effect to one person only and to the demigods. How in a movie that that effect can be shown? Not like the effect cannot be shown like that. For one person is watching a different movie and another person, like the others are watching something different. But the Krishna can show a very miraculous tricks here, or it is like the Krishna is having such miracles in his body only. He can show like that. So why cannot we see, or why cannot we by that we can ask the others, those who are not having the faith, how Krishna can eat through the eyes, how Krishna can do Angani yasya sakalendri vrittimanti, Paschanti pandi kalayanti, Chiram jaganti. So within his body, what he was having, he is having the Satchidananda Swarupa. So the body can function according to his own way. Whether our body can perform such things. Our body can show this, the stomach is expanding for some moment and showing something. No. But Krishna can show, and he can show for a particular person in that particular way. How does when Krishna was entering the arena of the Kamsa first time for having the combat between these two great wrestlers, Chanura and Mustika. That time, how the people were seeing him, different people were seeing him differently, isn't it? Because as one was having this mood to see the Krishna was giving them the vision. The young gopis, or those like the young Mathura girls, were seeing Krishna as a very charming boy in that arena, and were expecting that, oh, how he can fight with the Chanur and Mushtik is very so young, it's a body like a butter. How he can defeat them? The matas or the elderly women were saying that, alas, that this Chanur and Mushtik, there is no like the proper combat. How this Kamsa can have such combat between the Krishna Balram and Chanur and Mushtik? What kind of wrestlers they are? The others, the young boys, they were cheering the Krishna and Balram. They were saying that you can defeat. We heard about you, that you defeated so many demons, and we would like to see. Kamsa was also saying that it is just 2-3 minutes game for them, Chanur and Mushtik. So like that, the acharyas are giving the commentary over this section like, as per the vision of a particular person, the Krishna shows what he is. For the devotees also, the gradations of the devotees, the same deities we see every day morning, Mangalarti, the pure devotees and the neophyte devotees, they are seeing the same deities, isn't it? Whenever we are going to the Hyderabad temple, Radha Govind Dev, no, Radha Madan Mohan, the deity's name.
Radha Madan
Mohan.
Radha Madan, where the pure devotees are standing, and they are sometimes they are actually crying in front of Lord, and we are helplessly saying that there is no such emotions are there in me, like the person like me. How can I? But Krishna is reciprocating as per that person's mood. So there is no problem with the Krishna. There is a problem with our emotions. There is a problem with our devotion. So that one, as per the, so like the Arjuna was saying, so exclusiveness of the vision with the Arjuna, it was because he was on that level. He saw this universal form, and then afterwards he is requesting, now it is a ghastly form. I am just getting clear. I wanted to know more about your 200 forms only. When after that the Krishna shows that 400 form, no, I wanted to see your 200 form. But generally, what is our expectation with the Lord? Our expectation with the Lord that something miraculous. There is something, the person, like whenever, forget about us, but the people, those who are coming to the Lord first time, they would like to see some miracles. And by that showing the miracles only, then they believe that, okay, the Krishna is like that. Generally, the outsiders ask us about the miracles of Krishna more. And we are very much interested to quote the miracles of the Lord. The Manasur pastime, and then the Kaliya, then or the Aghasur. These are miracles. Or else what the greatness of the Lord. But many people are interested to know about the sweetness of the Lord. So those who are interested to know about the greatness, we tell them about the greatness. Those who are interested to know about the sweetness, we tell them that please hear the greatness of the Lord first and then come to the sweetness. It is not recommended to talk about the sweetness first. It is recommended to talk about the greatness of the Lord. So by that, they will be having the proper understanding about the sweet pastimes of the Lord. Or else the people will be calling us very, very much sentimental. So here the Krishna is establishing again the greatness here by showing the Kala. Even like if the Krishna has not shown a Kala Rupa, then Arjuna, what was his mentality? Okay, I saw the universal form. What is that? But the awe and reverence will be more, not the fear. When the fear is there some extent, so that's why what the four ways the people worship the Lord: out of fear, out of respect, out of duty, means out of respect, and out of awe and reverence, and out of love. For that, the first three stages has to be there for the love. That is generally recommended. So that we should worship that, okay, out of fear. The people generally, the outside, we can say the faith people, those who are not the Sanatan faith or something, but they are always talking about that he's God-fearing person. He's a God-fearing person. But the God-fearing comes what? That people, they are knowing about the God in that only way. There's like the God is the Punisher, or the God is somewhat very miraculous person. Then the next steps comes that awe and reverence. Here also Krishna showed the awe and reverence. Awe and reverence will be there. So more and more about, okay, the miracles of the Lord, where he has shown such a form there. Then it comes at the respect. Out of respect, out of duty. Sorry, out of duty. It is out of duty. Okay, I have to, because he is a fearful, he is having such miracles. So that's why I'm just establishing. No, I am just worshiping. I have to worship because of him I am here. Because of him I am there. So that concept comes, the duty. And by that, when somebody is doing on the platform duty, then he may turn towards the love more. Or as somebody is there on platform of fear also, we can just establish the relation. But if somebody is not at all fearing, somebody at all not having the awe and reverence, somebody is not at all having the duty concept, then the love will be very rare. And for that, the Krishna has to come personally and says that, okay, I'm showing you my mercy. So for that, the Nityananda Prabhu has to come, or the Lord Chaitanya has to come and show that mercy. Or some special personality like Srila Prabhupada has to come and show them the mercy. But for us to preach, that these three are the qualifications are required. Somebody is having something, or else our logic and reasoning will not be having that much effect. So this is like what we are trying to do as a preacher, that we are trying to make some extent fear or the greatness of the Lord, that has to be established. How come it is like that? The Lord is such a wondrous personality. That we establish. He is a creator. Discover yourself. What way we establish in a second session of the device? Are you aware of this discover yourself sessions? Do you know that?
Yes, Prabhuji, I am a recipient of that mercy only in Pune, Tech Mahindra.
Okay. So there are some sessions where Radheshyam has designed, where it is called as Discover Yourselves. Previously, it was 6-session courses. Now it is 8-session courses out there. So in that, to know oneself as Atma, to know the Paramatma or the Supreme Controller. And in that Supreme Controller, we are not talking about the pastimes of the Lord, but we are talking about the Creator and creation and the Creator, designer, and the design. All this concept we are talking about, where it is like the greatness. It is a greatness and make us to fear some extent that the people, those who are atheists, they will be believing on that logic. The logic has to work. There's like a whole, the creation is there. We are seeing something artistic creation of one carpenter, or not a craftsman, and that whenever we are showing that, then the person asks that who has made it, or else in a modern way we ask that which is the brand. What is the brand of this thing? So the brand means we are asking about what, who has created. So the same way we have to ask that who has created this whole entire creation, and there must be a creator. And we always quote the example of the Newton and his atheistic friend, and that story we quoted. So this is the establishment of this fear, awe and reverence, duty, and the devotion of the Lord. That has to be established nicely. Initially, directly we are trying to go with the love, then the people will not admire more. But at least we have to establish this idea of the Lord. There is something big. There is something big, and we call that something big as a Krishna. And then the Gita will be like the Gita teaching courses happens, and then we are revealing who is Krishna. So these 6 sessions, 8 sessions are there to establish who we are, what is the Prakriti, what is the Kala, and what exactly having the concept of the Lord. And there we are not talking about a Krishna in these 8 sessions. And then we go to the Gita courses, and there we establish that personality to whom we were referring, he was Krishna. And by that, the people will be starting some japa. They will be coming to the temple more and often, and they will be having some rasa of this Gita understanding. So the Krishna is also playing the same trick. He was establishing like the universal form, then making a special effect of the universal form and the Kala Rupa. And by that, Arjuna is really mesmerized first, and then afterwards feared, God feared. Then now he will be hearing. Now he will not be putting more arguments of the challenging nature, but now onwards he will be having some, okay, what I saw is a horror movie. Now I will not be asking more of the questions on challenging way. Now his submissiveness will be following more. Now onwards, after this 11th chapter, his submissive questions will be more, not in a challenge. Initially, what he asked, then it is like the impersonal way or the personal way has to be worshipped. What was his questions, who was there, like whether I have to surrender or not. So these sort of inquiries were there in a challenging way. It was not, even though he said 2.7, it was Karpanya Dosho Pahata Swabhava. He accepted the position of the Shishyasteham Shadimam Tam Prapannam. But still, he was more inquisitive to know, and it was not in a submissive. That much submissiveness was there, but it was not that way as like the Krishna was expecting. Now, after showing this universal form, the Arjuna will be more submissive, because whenever we see a greatness in somebody, we have to bow down. The Krishna has shown the greatness, and Krishna is expecting now Arjuna to bow down more submissively, and the things will be very settled down in the questions and answers. Now the Krishna will be having the next chapter. It is a devotional service. Krishna will be more elaborately talking about direct devotional service, the 12th chapter. And this is the background why Krishna is starting with the devotional service. Because Krishna knows that now Arjuna will be admiring this more. Okay, text 26, 27. Ami chatvam dhrashtatraya putra.
Ami chatvam drashtraya putra.
Sarve sahe vavani palak sanghe.
Sarve sahai bhavani
Bhishmo drona sutta putrastathaso.
Bhishmo putrastathaso
Sahasmadiyar api yodha mukhe.
Sahasmadiyarapiyodhamukhe
Vaktrani te tva ramana vishanti.
Vaktrani Ramana Visanti
Damastra karalani bhayankarani.
Damastra Bhayankari
Kechit vilanga dasarantarasu.
Kechit Virangareshu
Chandrasyante churnartare uttamangai. Translation.
All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, Karna, and our chief soldiers are also rushing into your fearful mouths. And some I see trapped with heads smashed between your teeth. Commentary. Krishna had said to Arjuna that he would be able to see the future too. All the great fighters and soldiers in the opposing side that Arjuna feared are going to be killed.
Yeah. So now Krishna has shown this form that to encourage, not to discourage. This 26th and 27th shloka is reconfirming. Krishna has shown this form to encourage, because at the end he saw what? He saw that all the Dhritarashtra's sons are going inside the mouth. And one of the acharyas were saying that not only was gushing into the mouths of the Krishna, but Krishna was chewing. Just the blood was coming out from their bodies, and it was like the springs of the blood were coming out from the Krishna's teeth. And Arjuna was watching. Oh my God, such a, just like somebody is eating a fleshy item, and by just like nowadays it is the grapes are coming to the market. So if somebody is eating the grape, and the liquid substance sometimes comes out as a spring from the teeth. So the same way Arjuna was watching that the Dhritarashtra and the party, where the Krishna was chewing them. Just by that it was really a ghastly. It was Arjuna was really got frightened by this. Okay. 28. Yathanadinam bahavombu vega.
Yathanadinam bahavomvega
Samudrameva bhimukhadраvanti.
Samudramevabhimukhadраvanti
Tatha tavami naralokavira.
Tathatavami naralokavira
Vishanti vaktrani abhi vijvalanti.
Vishanti vakrani abhivijvalanti.
Translation and commentary.
Krishna, somebody else would like to read?
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Go ahead, Prabhuji. Go ahead, Giriraj Prabhuji.
Mata ilna మీరు చదవండి సార్.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Translation: as the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouths. Commentary: two different analogies are used here. One, as the waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, and two, the warriors enter into your mouths like moths enter into the fire. There is actually a difference between the two. The rivers enter into the ocean in an unconscious way. They just flow right in. That is compared to Bhishma and Drona. They lose all their material qualities and entered Krishna's abode, even though they entered in his mouth. But on the other hand, moths consciously enter into the fire, and they are like Duryodhana, who is consciously entering into his destruction. Hare Krishna.
So there is a difference, Duryodhana and then Bhishma. Why then Drona? Okay, Drona also took a vow. Not a vow, but it was his obligations towards the Hastinapur. So that's why these two people were, even the Krupacharya also, to some extent we can say, it was because he was willing to. So the Krupacharya, Dronacharya and Bhishma, they are like the river, unconsciously. It has to, because the stream is passing through different channels and finally it has to end somewhere. So they were just like that. But consciously, the moth. So what is a conscious and unconscious? As like the moth is entering into the fire, and the moth is going to suffer with the heat of the fire, and it will be burning. Whether the rivers, when they are going to the ocean, whether they will be burning, no. So this example, the analogy that Krishna would like to say, that it was like the rivers entering into the ocean. The river will be losing the quality of going very fast, because ocean is like apure manam achala pratishtham samudra mapam pravishanti advat. So he is very calm, ocean, and the rivers will be having some passion to go and reach to the ocean. They will be making some sounds, but generally the ocean is not that much producing the sound. When it is inside or towards the bank, like the bank, so that time it will be having. But it is not in the middle of the ocean. There is not that much of sound, like the rivers. If you just go to the Badrinath, what sound Alaknanda is making, my God. So that's why Vyasadev was disturbed, that why Saraswati is making so much sound. So the Saraswati, the Vyasadev was instructing Saraswati that I am writing something very very good and confidential subject matters, and I need some peace and silence. So the Saraswati were near to the Vyasa Gufa, she is not making any sound. So the reverse qualities and ocean quality, the moth and the fire, whatever the burning sensations, the moth will be experiencing that same way the Duryodhana and party will be experiencing it. Yatha pradiptam jwalanam patanga.
Yatha
pradiptam jwalanam patanga.
Vishanti nashaya samruddha vega.
Vishanti nashaya samvriddha
Tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokas.
tathaiva nashaya vishanti lokas
Tavapi vaktrani samruddha vega.
Tavapi
vakrani samvriddha vega.
Translation.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Translation. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths as moths dash to destruction in a blazing fire.
Yeah, the next one. Leli yase grashamana samantal.
Leliyase grashamana samantal
Lokan samagran vadanair jwaladhibi.
Lokan
lokan samagran vadanayir
Tejobhira purya jagat samagram.
tejobhir apurya jagat samagram
Bhasas tavograh pratap. Bhasas tavograh pratapanti Vishnu.
Bhasas
pratapanti Vishnu.
Translation and purport.
O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths. Covering all the universe with your effulgence, you are manifest with terrible scorching rays. The
Aims.
significance.
Yeah, the significance of the aims of the analogies mentioned. Yeah,
The significance of the analogies mentioned in verses 28 and 29, waves of the river flowing into the ocean and moths entering fire. Some of the warriors enter the mouths of the Kala Rupa unknowingly, just like the rivers flow into the ocean without intentional effort. Another group of warriors, by their demoniac mentality, are consciously destroying themselves, just like moths who intentionally enter fire and perish. Arjuna next asks two questions, verses 31 to 34. The battle is already won by Krishna and Arjuna should only become Krishna's instrument and take the credit.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Now Arjuna is asking some questions, these two questions. Akhyahi me ko bhavan ugra rupo.
Akhyahi me ko bhagavan ugra rupo.
Namostute deva vara prasida.
Namostute deva prasida.
Vidnyatum achhami bhavantamadhyam.
Vignatum bhavantamadhyam.
Nahi prajanami tava pravrittim.
Nahi prajanami tava pravrittim.
Translation.
Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Yes.
O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. Commentary. Arjuna is asking two questions. One, who are you? And two, what is your mission? And Krishna answers. Bewildered by fear, Arjuna prays for the Lord's grace and inquires who he is and what his mission is. Verse 31.
So now, finally, Arjuna is asking that who are you? whether Arjuna asked this question to Krishna first time, who are you, Krishna? Arjuna was knowing that he is my friend, he was my the cousin brother. Now why he is asking this, who are you? Now he understood that he is something great person, and I was treating him very like at my age, and he is my friend or something. But now he is asking the same question. He is asking a question, who are you? Like the question, whether we are asking a question to a person who is related to us and who is there from our childhood, and we are after 20, 30, 50 years, we are asking, who are you? That person will be saying that, why such questions are coming? Who are you? Because he saw some greatness. He saw some question, like the greatness in Krishna. Now, out of the greatness or out of this inquisitiveness, he is asking the question, who are you? Please tell me now. I didn't saw such things in my life. Because Arjuna was not witnessing the pastimes of the Krishna when he was there in a Vrindavan. And some people, those who witnessing the pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, they never ask the question, who are you? They ask the questions that he is like our only. What Yashoda Mai was thinking about Krishna. That, okay, 7 days, 7 nights, he was holding the Govardhan hill. She never asked the question, who are you? Because Krishna was protecting Yashoda Mai and all other gopis with Antaranga Shaktis. No, you will be covered up. You are my internal Parshadas. Now Arjuna is taking a role of the bewildered personality for us, the conditioned soul, he is becoming for us. So that's why the conditioned soul should ask the question, who are you? So that's why condition, it is not the Arjuna. Arjuna is asking, Arjuna is becoming a nimitta matra. So Krishna is mentioning in the further shlokas that Arjuna is becoming a nimitta matra. And he is a nimitta matra as a conditioned soul. For us, the Gita is been spoken. So that's why the conditioned people should ask the question, who are you, Krishna? And who are you means, how can I serve you? First thing, the first thing, like the who are you, it doesn't means that only who are you, it is meaning that how can I serve you? And what is your mission means, how can I serve your mission? So these are the questions can be asked in such a way that who are you means, how can I serve you? How can I serve your mission? So for what mission you have come, O Krishna, and for how can I assist you in that? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given us the mission. I'm having only 2 hands and I'm having 1 orchard of the fruits. How much I can distribute with the 2 hands? I need some people. So that's why we are trying to help while we are preaching to others. We should have that intentions. I'm trying to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and whole Guru Shishya Sampradaya. Whatever I am, it is not me, it is the Shakti of the Krishna. Whatever the good things I am teaching others and trying to teach others, that the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and whole Guru Shishya Sampradaya is giving me the potency to speak something. By that 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever the number of people will be following, it is through his mercy, which maybe I may be a nimitta matra, but the people are actually attracted towards the mission of the Lord to make the conditioned soul to the pure devotees. So the ISKCON is a factory of making the conditioned souls to the pure devotees. And in that factory, everybody is worker here. Everybody is playing some part. Some raw material is coming to the temple. Somebody is bringing a raw material to the temple, and with that raw mangoes, we are making them very pakka, the juicy mangoes. So this is whole, the process is there. Not one person is doing that task. The whole institute is playing one task. Somebody may be bringing some raw mangoes. Somebody may be bringing some kacha mangoes. And that preacher should not see that I am the person who is bringing the raw mangoes. No, when the raw mangoes are there, whether you are alone there in this whole institution, no, the deities are there, the pujaris are there, then the whole community is there. If the community is not there at all, if the ISKCON is not there, how can we preach alone? We cannot preach. How difficult it will be. What Prabhupada has done without ISKCON is like he formed the ISKCON, but what was his strength and where are we standing? So whenever we are asking, we are making the people to ask these questions. How can I serve you and what is your mission? So that way that the devotional service starts. And these two questions are having some answers in a devotional service. So that's why 12th chapter, the mission of the Lord, is called as a mission of the Lord. Devotional service. I wanted to make everybody as the devotee of mine. So you ask me the question, I will be answering some extent in a 12th chapter. Who are you and what is your mission? So these are the two questions as per my understanding. These are the two questions are the seed for the next. I never read or I never heard, but that is like whenever I see this shloka, that I see that by this way the devotional service is starting. Like the pure devotional service or the devotional service, the 12th chapter is starting with. Yeah, please go on with reading this.
The Supreme Lord declares that he is time, the great destroyer of the worlds. He says that except for the Pandavas, everyone will be slain. He encourages Arjuna to fight as an instrument and kill those who are already destroyed by him. Kalosmi Loka Kshayakrit. Become my instrument. 11.32 to 34. Krishna answers, time I am, destroyer of the world. The great warriors know both sides are already slain by my plan. You can be but an instrument. Arise and fight.
So this is where Arjuna has been asked to become an instrument. That be my instrument. I am going to kill, but why can't you become my Sudarshana? Sudarshana never said that, oh Krishna, I am the only person who is going to kill. Why you are? But the Krishna says that you are my instrument. So I am using you. Actually, I am going to kill them. So Krishna here calling Arjuna as per one of the Acharya, that why can't you play a role of Sudarshana? Why I should will the Sudarshana always to kill others? Why cannot I will my devotees? Sudarshana is also my devotee. So I am using you as a Sudarshana. Why cannot you? And why are you just saying that no, I cannot be. Krishna says that you please become my instrument. Instrument means instrument. Like I am just using this pen. The pen should not say that I cannot write. It belongs to me. I can write anytime. So whether you have given your full to me or not, for the namesake only you are saying that, okay, you are the great, you are the great, you are the great. The people always write down these things. What? God is great. I always see in auto rickshaw backside, God is great. So what does it mean? God is great. He is great. What is new? What is new in that? So what is great? Why I am writing that should be like that. God is great, and by that I can by this I would like to serve Him. Greatness means to serve a person who is great. My spiritual master is great, whether I am hearing from him, whether I am hearing lectures from him, whether I am having whether I have developed a test of hearing his lectures. I can only proclaim that God is great or my spiritual master is great. And by that, by this mentality only, I'm just speaking something personal, but please don't take it as a personal, because I have seen in ISKCON society that the people are fighting over the Guruvad. My spiritual master, my Guru Bhai, my God brother. But from where it has come, whether your spiritual master wants it, that you would like to mistreat other spiritual master's disciple. But why? Because I would like to say that God is great and He is mine, and He is exclusively mine only. Then only we can say that God is great only. But God is great means we have to serve Him. My spiritual master is great means we have to hear Him and follow His instructions. And by that way only we can become His instrument, or else no. How can we become His instruments? Instruments means without any hesitancy, whenever it is available, that time, whenever He needs it, that He can use it. So whether we are trying to become the instruments of our spiritual master, or whether we are becoming the rough instruments, while He is using us, while He is asking us to serve something, but we are also giving Him a pain. If I use this pen and the pain is having some thorns over it or something, a rough substance, whenever I'm using it or holding it, it will bleed my finger. Then whether I would like to use it further or more, no. So that instruments means it's not having any personal agendas. So Krishna is saying that become my instrument. My Sudarshan is not having any personal agenda. So that's why he is my personal instrument. My Garuda is not having any personal agenda where I am asking him to go. He is not saying this way or that way, or how can I go there? I am just now tired. No. How can he say that? If he starts saying that I will reject him. Garuda will not be no more my servant. But Garuda never says that. Hanuman never said it to me. Whatever he said, whatever I said, he just followed. And so that's why, Arjuna, why cannot you follow my instructions? Means like that way he is asking the questions. He is not forcing, but he is saying that, why can't you become my instrument? Instruments means the surrendership. I am having the proprietorship over you. Then that is the understanding of the instrument. Become my instrument on my behalf. You are just asked to slay the kings, those who are adharmic, and I am in the side of the dharma, and I am using you. Shri Bhagavan Vacho.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Anvacha.
Kalosmi loka kshayat pravruddho.
कालोऽस्मि लोकक्षयकृत्
प्रवृद्धो
लोकान् संहर्तुम् इह प्रवृत्ता ऋतेऽपि त्वं न भविष्यन्ति सर्वे
ऋतेऽपि
ये वक्षितः प्रत्यानिक्षो योधा Translation and purport.
Can I read, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sure, Prabhuji. Translation by Shloka Prabhupada ki jai. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people, with the exception of you, the Pandavas. All the soldiers here on both sides will be slain." Commentary. Srila Prabhupada explains in his purport, eventually all the Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is the all-devouring giant. And here, Krishna presents himself in that form of all-devouring time, except for a few Pandavas. Everyone who was present on that battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed, for that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked, even if he did not fight. In fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. Whether Arjuna would fight or not, all would be killed. But if Arjuna would not fight, he would be the loser. He would lose his religious principles. Hare Krishna.
So there is one personality who was witnessing that Krishna was only killing. After this end of war, when Yudhishthir Maharaj and Arjuna was somewhat lamenting that, okay, why this happened and all these things, and Arjuna was thinking that he was the killer, he was the doer. There is like the different versions as per the like the Bhagavatam, the authentic book, authentic version is just 1 minute. As per the Bhagavatam, they went to the Bhishma Dev, and Bhishma was trying to pacify that no, it has to happen because we were the adharmas. But there was one barbaric king. Now he has been worshipped as a Khatu Sham in Rajasthan. So that personality was watching. He was not having the head or something. He was only having the head, not the body. And that personality was watching. That has been worshipped in Rajasthan as a Khatu Sham. That and Krishna took Arjuna and Yudhishthira Maharaj, and that Khatu Sham or the barbaric explained everything. When this war was happening, I was seeing only Krishna, and Krishna was killing everyone. Krishna killed Karna, Krishna killed Duryodhana, Krishna killed Bhishma, Krishna killed Dronachari. Everyone was been killed by Krishna only. I was not seeing any other personality. The Krishna was the only personality manifested, and he was killing everyone from the Kaurava side. And by that Arjuna got pacified. This is like the Krishna has explained in the Gita in 11th chapter, and he has done everything as per that chapter. Text 33. Tasmat tvamuttishta yasho labhasva. Jitva shatrun bhunksva rajyam samruddham. Mayyevate nihita purvameva. Nimitta matram bhava savyasachi. Translation and purpose. Somebody else can read now.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
No, Mataji, please. Padma Mataji, you will read, please.
Okay. Thank you. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement, and you, O Savyasachi, can be but an instrument in the fight. Commentary. Savyasachi, one who can fight with either hand. Krishna is telling Arjuna to use all his skills now, stand up and fight. That is what Krishna has been telling Arjuna all the time. Do your duties, stand up and fight. Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan writes in his commentary to verse 32 and 33. Krishna says, even without your fighting, they will be killed in the form of time. I will take the lifespan, but if you give up the battle, will have deviated from your dharma. Therefore, rise and fight according to your dharma. Gain fame, attain rare glory. Warriors such as Bhishma, who cannot be conquered by the Devas, have been conquered by Arjuna. Such will be your fate. They have been already killed by me at the time they offended Draupadi. They are proceeding like puppets to give you fame. Therefore, just become the instrument. Hare Krishna.
So again, as per just like the purport, it is again the Krishna is asking to act on the dharma. So why on the dharma one should ask, one should act like that? Why like dharma means what exactly as per your understanding? What is your understanding about the dharma?
Dharma is the duty, Prabhuji, without which existence itself is challenged.
Your voice was not clear, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Can you hear me, Prabhuji, now?
Yes.
Dharma is the duty without which existence itself is in challenge. For example, in case of sugar, the sweetness is dharma. So if we remove the sweetness, then sugar doesn't exist.
Yes, Prabhu. So
similarly,
yeah, but I just would like to ask you the further question. So what is the dharma for, what is the dharma for the human? Why Arjuna is been asked to act on the dharma? What was his dharma?
His dharma is Kshatriya, yes, to fight.
Yes.
His dharma was a Kshatriya. So whether like the Krishna is asking here to act on the Varnashram dharma?
It is a prescribed duty for Kshatriya to fight.
No,
Prabhuji, sometimes dharma is a very relative word, Prabhuji. Depending upon the context it is being used, we have to see.
What is the context here? I am asking now. More specific. What is the context here?
Occupational duty
is to punish all the people who offended Draupadi.
No, I'm just asking the question whether he is asking to execute the Varnashram dharma.
No.
Occupational duty, Prabhuji.
Occupational duties means what? The Varnashrama Dharma.
Varnashrama Dharma.
Yeah.
You should act on this Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. And then what? Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha and Sannyas. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Prabhuji, probably it is to satisfy the Supreme Lord. That could be the dharma of the soul.
No, but here he is asked to kill and act on the glory. Again, you can just read this. Even without your fighting, they will be killed. So do your dharma. So here it is like I will be only giving the answer that the Varnashrama Dharma only. The Varnashrama Dharma, he is asking that. So why exactly the Varnashrama Dharma is asked to follow? Whether a devotee can follow the Varnashrama Dharma or not?
We should, Prabhuji, as long as we have not transcended the modes, we have to follow the prescribed duties.
So whether we should follow it or not?
Actually, there is
Yes,
no need
Prabhuji,
to
as long
follow.
as you have not transcended the three modes of material nature, you have to follow the prescribed duties.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. To set an
Who
example.
was, just one. Who was giving the answer? Poonam Mataji?
Anuradha Priya, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Okay, Hare Krishna. And Santosh Aditya Prabhu would like to give?
To set an example, to set an example, a devotee need not work, but to set an example how to work, to lead by an example.
Set an example.
In the third chapter, it said, even Krishna doesn't have to work, but he is doing his work to set an example. Otherwise, people get misguided.
Prabhu, then are we there on the platform of the Krishna or the pure devotee? It's like I'm not there at least. But I just would like to ask that if I am not there on the platform of the pure devotional, whether I should follow the Varnashram or not.
See, Prabhuji, Bhagavatam says, as long as you have not transcended the three modes, but people who are on the transcendental platform, they're not obliged to perform his duties because they are already taking the highest duty, Paradharma. They have surrendered their life and they're performing devotional service unto Krishna. So they're not obliged, but that is only for pure devotees. But as long as we are still under the modes, we still have to perform our prescribed duties.
Yes. Panduranga Sharan Prabhu would like to add something. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Is my voice audible, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Thank you for giving chance.
Would you like to give your darshan to us?
Hare Krishna. No, please don't say like that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Chapter Krishna says your prescribed duty is more, even though it is imperfect, but that is that dharma one should follow. Like he instructs without doing your duty imperfect, that is all right, but doing others' duty perfectly, that will not suit. Studied in previous chapter, so according to that, I feel here Krishna emphasized.
Yeah.
As
so
a dharma of
Varnashrama is required as per your understanding.
Yes,
I'm just asking a specific one, just to put it hit clear around the bushes, whether it is required or not.
Prabhupada said that.
No, I am just asking that whether it is required or not.
Yes, Prabhu, as devotees are saying, until and unless we doesn't develop that higher taste and pure devotional service, we need to follow this.
Yes. And who else is having some difference of opinion with us?
No one.
No. Please have it. If you are having something to say. Hare Krishna. Okay. So how the Varnashram is required, I would like to introduce that. The Varnashram is not only the thing where we will be reaching to the Krishna. That is sure shot. Then the second shloka of the Bhagavatam only is saying Dharma projita kaitavotra paramo nirmat saranam satam. So here it is rejecting the Dharma artha kama moksha. So why the Bhagavatam is Amal Purana, where it is the establishment of the Amal Purana is there in the Bhagavatam only. Why it is Amal Purana? Because the Kaitava Dharma has been given differences. No, you should not do a Kaitava Dharma. So whether the Varnashram is also a Kaitava Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, it is like that. So it is. But some extent, there is like the foundation is required, where I heard it from my seniors, where those who were knowing the Varnashrams and many other concepts nicely. One of them was the Govind Prabhu from Chowpatty. He was saying that Varnashram is a foundation. On that platform, we are making the building. But the foundation will not make that, or foundation will not say that your flat is ready, whether you can stay and there. The foundation is a foundation. It is your like the Varnashram is a foundation for the devotional service. Then the Sankhya Yoga is there, where the Sankhya Yoga is saying that it is you are not this body, you are the soul. That is also adding material for the foundations. But the Sankhya Yoga itself will not make us to the devotional path, and will be making it that in that way that we have achieved with Krishna Prem. But these are the things required where, as per our nature, we are acting, as per our guna and dharma, as per our qualities and the inclinations, we are acting and serving the Lord. So that is required. So the foundation of that is a Varnashram, where how to do a devotional service, it is a Navavidha Bhakti. That is a building blocks. That is the making over the foundation some construction. Now our Sansward devotees are making some building there at the Pandurang Satsang Bhavan. They are knowing that this is like the foundation, how it is important. And the foundation takes some time. We saw that in NVCC also, that like the foundation, how big it was, so much depth was there. Whatever we are seeing, the whole building in NVCC, the same big dig was been made. The pit was made, and the whole thing was on that. Whatever we are seeing, the Vrindavan Chandra temple, 3-story, 2-story, the building, and the domes over it. That big or depth was there for the pit. So the foundation is that, and on that we can do this 9 processes of the devotional service. And the 9 processes, how we can do a Shravana, how we can do Kirtana, how we can do the Manana, that specifies. But when it comes for the service, as per the guna, you are not been, you must have seen some people, those who are coming to us and to you and says that, Prabhu, I need some service as per my caliber. So that person has to engage as per his nature. And that particular devotee will be happy when he is engaged like that. Those who are playing the counselor's role in Hyderabad, they must be knowing that. How to make more devotees, it is one thing. And happy devotees is another thing. we are having this motto, more devotees, happy devotees. More devotees means preaching. Okay, you preach. But when these devotees will be coming to us, how you will be engaging them? You are just saying everyone to do a book distribution. Book distribution may be a common service, but that has to be, in some extent, has to be nourishing also. Some people may be having the inclination to meet some people, those who are rich in society, and how to make them the devotees. That is their interest. Some may be having some differences of the preaching and may be saying that, Prabhu, we would like to preach to the beggars, we would like to preach to the prisoners, we would like to preach to this auto rickshaw walas. So that way their style of preaching may be differing, and approaches towards such people may be differing. So, but they are engaged as per the nature. Somebody may be having this nature of fundraising, like I'm heading the department here as a fundraiser also, but I'm having the other services also, that preaching, and then deity worship, and some other sevas, PR and Rath Yatra management. I saw that over a period of time. My nature is somewhat Brahmanical and Vaishya are this nature are there. I would like to earn money for Krishna. That is where I feel satisfaction, whenever I get some donation for the temple through me only. Then I just feel that, oh, okay, I have done something, oh Krishna, and then I go in front of Krishna and say that, Krishna, I have done something. I'm not just eating and sleeping here in your premises. But that gives me the satisfaction. The people feel that this way is the service where I can do a service or give my offering to Krishna. That is the initial stage. Still, it is the initial stage. I can understand it is initial stage. After some time, this is not the recognition only of the services is not required with the recognition. So that's why one of the shlokas are mentioning that that is, give up, don't recognize with your post and position. But initially it is required. When does prema bhakti jahan hote, avidya vinash ho jate. Like somewhat avidya bhakti we are doing it, that I'm just recognizing with that particular seva, but after some time it will be progressive, and we will be having this prema bhakti. But it is like the prema bhakti has not arisen in the heart, at least in my heart. So I need something where I am doing it for Krishna. That recognition is that I would like to offer this way. Still, that's why it is coming under the category of Nishkama Karma Yoga. That what I would like to do, the way I would like to do, oh Krishna, please accept it. So the Nishkama Karma Yoga is what? The Nishkama Karma Yoga means he is attached with this particular type of service, particular type of the way of the service, but he is not attached with the results. He is not attached to get the recognition for himself. That, oh, I have done this thing. मैंने ये सब कुछ कर दिया. मेरे वजह से ये मंदिर आ गया. No, that is not. But at least I am attached. Okay, I would like to serve Krishna this way. So the Nishkama, here this is called as a Nishkama Karma Yoga. Nimittya Matra Bhava Savyasachi. This way we can just say that who are you and what is your mission? But when the Krishna is speaking about that, oh Krishna, this is my mission, and this mission has to be your mission also, Krishna. So we have accepted that, okay, we would like to please or preach your name. But how to please and preach your name, that is a differences where we are having our own ideas also. that sometimes our spiritual master gives us the words or gives us the instructions, says that, no, I feel you should do it in that way. You should, now recently, Gopal Krishna Maharaj came here, that he is a GBC here. So we had a meeting that with the GBC, our com body was having a meeting. So he was asking the different com members what were your services. So 10 to 12 of us were there in front of him and were actually describing the nature of the services. So one point of time he says that actually the services has to come from the top to bottom, the mood, and execution has to be done like that mood. But sometimes it is like one devotee was asking a question. There's like, I feel this way has to be done, and the seniors has to give a permission for that. The temple president and the GBC should give a permission. So the Maharaj was correcting him and says that actually the mood and the mission has been given from the top, and execution freedom will be given to you. This is the ideal way, that the mood and mission should not be taught to the seniors what is expected, what has to be done, this way has to be done, or the Vaishnava Sadachar has to be given in that way. Or something. No, the Vaishnava Sadachar will be actually given from the top, and execution to run a temple with that mood is expected from the juniors or the executive body. So that way the Krishna here means like the thing is happening. There is Nishkama Karma Yoga, where it is not a direct devotional service that Krishna is asking, but Nimitti Matra Bhavasavyasachi, where you have to become the Nimitya. For that, the pure devotional service is required. You have to just hand it over to me. But here the acharyas are mentioning about that these people are going to be killed by me only. You just fight it and don't expect the results the way, but the results are already declared. They will be killed by me. So the Nishkama Karma Yoga is expected whenever we are talking about Varnashram Dharma more. So to do a duty where it has been mentioned like that, the Krishna is expecting on that platform, just do your best, leave the rest on me. Text 34. Dronam cha bhishmascha jayadratam cha.
Dronam cha bhishman cha jayadratam cha.
Karnam chathanya api yodha viran.
Karnam tathanya api yodha viran.
Maya hatam stvam jahima vyasthita.
Maya hatam jahima vyasthita.
Yudhyasva jetasya rane sattanam.
Yudhyasva jetasya
rane
sattanam.
Translation.
Translation. Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, and the other great warriors have already been destroyed by me. Therefore, kill them and do not be disturbed. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies in battle. Commentary. Krishna here is adding another name, Jayadratha. He is not as heavy warrior as Bhishma, Drona, and Karna, but he had a benediction from Lord Shiva that he would be able to stop the Pandavas. So Arjun was also afraid of him. In Bhagavad Gita 2.6, Arjuna stated that he is doubtful about the outcome of the battle. Now, in verse 34, the Lord comforts his devotee by declaring, Jeta Asi, you will conquer. Krishna specifically mentions the names of Drona, Bhishma, and Karna, who are the most feared Kaurava soldiers. The Lord also adds the name of Jayadratha, who, although not so powerful, received a boon by Shiva to be able to stop the Pandavas once. Krishna thus assures Arjuna that his concern about Jayadratha is unnecessary.
Now the last section of this chapter, Arjuna's prayers. Arjuna trembling prays, all become attached to you upon hearing your name, but the demons flee. That you should offer homage because you are the cause of all causes. Text 35, Sanjay Uvacha. Etashrutva vachanam keshavasya. Kritnang jalar vipamana kiriti. Namaskritva bhuya eva Krishnam.
Namaskritva Krishnam
Sagadgadam bhita bhita pranamya.
Translation.
Yeah.
Sanjay said to Dhritarashtra, O king, after hearing these words from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the trembling Arjuna offered obeisances with folded hands again and again. He fearfully spoke to Lord Krishna in a flattering voice as follows. Arjuna is quite a great personality because even in the midst of all these situations, he could speak. Arjuna is growing even more fearful. Srila Prabhupada states that Arjuna became bewildered in wonder. Thus, he began to offer his respectful obeisances to Krishna again and again, and with flattering voice, he began to pray not as a friend but as a devotee in wonder.
Okay. Here the word I feel bhita bhita. Okay. Text 36. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Stane Rishikesha Tava Parikritya.
Stane Rishikesha Tava Prakritya
Jagat Praharsati Anurajyayache.
Jagat Praharsyati Anurajyate cha
Rakshami Bhitani Dishodravanti.
Rakshami bhitani dishodravanti.
Sarve namasyanti cha siddha sangha.
Sarve namasyanti cha siddha sangha.
Translation. Arjuna said, O master of the senses, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. Arjuna has got his composure back by this time. He is able to offer prayers and he is recognizing Krishna again. Arjuna praises the Lord to whom everyone except the demons are attracted. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan writes in his commentary to verse 36, Seeing simultaneously in that place the very attractive and very fierce forms of the Supreme Lord, Arjuna understood that those two forms were objects of vision corresponding to people who are favorable to or are against the Lord. Arjuna says, rightly, O Rishikesha, you are the one who inspires the senses towards or against you. The nature of the senses is to be either attracted to or repulsed by an object. Rightly, the universe, headed by the Devas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, and Vidyadharas, inclined favorably to you, are pleased with and attracted to this glorious form which destroys the wicked. It is also fitting that those of wicked nature, those opposed to you, such as Rakshasas, Asuras, and Danavas, are afraid of this form praised by the Devatas and flee in all directions. This takes place because you show an appropriate form according to the nature of the living entity.
So the Rakshasas, Asuras, and Danavas. We have seen last time what was the Rakshasas, Asuras, and Danavas. So 37. Kasmaschatena namerana mahatmanam.
Kasmaschatena namerana mahatman.
Gariyase brahmanopi adhikarte.
Gariyase brahmanopyadikarte.
Ananta devesha jagannivasa.
Ananta devesha jagannivasa.
Tvam aksharam sadasat tatparam yat.
Tvam aksharam sadasat param yat.
Shall I continue or anybody else would like to read?
Somebody would like to give a try?
Great.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, translation. Oh, great one, greater even than Brahma. You are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe. You are the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation.
Yes. Text 38. Tvamadideva purushas purana.
Tvamadideva purushas puranas.
Tvamastya vishwasya paramam. Tvamastya vishwasya param nidhanam.
Tvamasya vishwasya param nidhanam.
Vettasya vedyam cha paramam. Vettasya vedyam cha param cha vyadhama.
Vettasya vedyam cha param cha
dharma.
Tvaitatam vishvam ananta rupam.
Tvayatatam vishvam ananta rupam. Translation. You are the original personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of this manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes, O limitless form. This whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. Verse 36 describes the Lord as the object of worship for all the living entities. Verses 37 to 40 describe how the Lord pervades everything by being the soul of everything. Arjuna confirms that Krishna is the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of the world, the knower of everything, and the supreme refuge above the material modes. He is the air, fire, water, and the moon. He is Brahma, the first living creature and the great grandfather. He is the supreme controller. Arjuna declares that Krishna is the origin of everything and offers his obeisances again and again.
Yes. Text 39. Vayur Yamognir Varuna Shashanka.
Vayur Yamo Agnir Varuna Shashanka.
Prajapatisvam Prapitam Mahascha. Namo namastestu sahasrakrutva.
Namo namaste sahasrakritva.
Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste.
Punascha bhuyopi namo namaste.
Translation. You are the air and you are the supreme controller. You are fire, you are water, and you are the moon. You are the Brahma, you are the first living creature, and you are the great grandfather. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times again and yet again.
So here something amazing is there, that in the 10th chapter, the Krishna was mentioning about the vibhutis, and I am the great of that, I am the great of this, Prajapatis, I am this one, Vayur, I am this one. So now that Arjuna is saying that you are not the great of this, but you are the only. What you spoke about the greatness that time is like amongst this, I am that, among this, I am this. But now I feel that you are the only. So originally the Krishna is the origin of all the demigods. So that's why how can you say that I am amongst them, I am this, I am amongst them. And now I saw that all the demigods were there in you. How can you say that I am the great among this? But all of them were you only. So that's why it is not that you are amongst them or the great of them, but you are the only. Yes, please go on, Teddy.
Arjuna, in so much reverence by seeing this universal form, wants to offer Krishna something. But Krishna is everything. So he can't find anything to offer him. So he chooses to offer Krishna his respectful obeisances. Srila Baldev Vidyabhushan writes in his commentary to verse 39, all words describe only you. You are all devatas, Vayu, Yama, Agni, Varun, and Soma. You are Brahma. Brahma is the grandfather, and you are his father. So you are the great grandfather. All these forms are you. Since you are spread out in Vayu and others by being their cause, since you are the possessor of the spiritual and the material energies, you are like gold spread in bangles and other objects made of gold.
Yes. Text 40. Nama purastat athaprastas tataste.
Nama purastat athaprastataste.
Namostute sarvata eva sarva.
Namostute sarvata eva sarva.
Ananta virya mita vikramastam.
Ananta virya amita vikramastam.
Sarvam samopnosi tatosi sarva.
Sarvam samapnosi tatosi sarva.
Translation. Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Obeisances to you from the front, from behind, and from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of limitless might. You are all pervading, and thus you are everything. 2. Arjuna then begs to be forgiven for his offenses. Please excuse my offenses when out of madness or love I have addressed you, O Yadava, O Krishna, without knowing your glories. No one can be equal to or one with you. Tolerate my wrongs as a father tolerates the wrongs of his son. 40 to 44.
So now here Arjuna is asking the forgiveness of the offenses. What were the offenses he has done it while inquiring or while living with the Krishna? He has always called him with the Oh Yadava. Yadava, it was like Oh Yaduvamshi. It's like he was calling him with him, calling him by his the Vamsha. But now he saw that he is not having that Vamsha. And then that he was calling Twam, that you. Then he was calling him as a friend. But Krishna was liking that. He was liking somebody is calling me as a friend. So it was like it was not that much offenses. So, but Yadava is not that very loving name. He was not like the Yadava is the where we can say it is his lineage. But his loving names are Radha, what we can say, Radha Krishna or something, some names related with the Radha. So that's why our temple, we always call the Radha Vrindavan Chandra or Radha Kunja Bihari, Radha Govind. So the Krishna likes that. My name is your joining with the Radha's name. So I like that. Or any other devotee's name is added with that. Yashomati Nandana. Then this is like Vrajajana Ranjana. I am doing a Manoranjan to the Vrajavasis. Vrajajana Ranjana. So these are the names were very much dear to the Lord. So, but Arjuna was calling it some other official names. So that's why it is like that. Now he is asking pardon that please excuse me. I was not knowing your glories after seeing this form. Now I came to the senses. Who are you? Now I asked you the question, who are you and what is your mission? So better we can end up here only. Now we are only 6 shlokas are remaining. And then the 12th chapter will start. So the Friday, we will be finishing the 6 shlokas and 4 or 5 shlokas or more shlokas of the 12th chapter. We may end quite earlier, like we only 20. How many shlokas are there in 12 chapter? I feel it is 20 or
20 shlokas, Prabhu.
20,
yeah,
Prabhuji.
20 shlokas. So the 20 shlokas, we may elaborate more. So that time I would like to show some PPT that which we have not shown for another chapters. So the PPTs I will be making and then we'll show it. So text 41 to 46, we will be going normally, and then afterwards we may be having some time. 20 shlokas in a total 26 shlokas in 4 sessions maximum. So I may be ending by the 3 sessions only. It may require some another session. If the questions are there more, then we can go on. Or else mostly I will try to finish on Wednesday. So you will be having some more time for your closed book and open book assignments. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, Lilananda Prabhu, please share me that the schedule of the shloka test, and I request you all, please start preparing the shloka recitations and the meaning of that also, the translation, the key words and their the meaning will be asked also. So Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivha vegam, udaropastha vegam, etana vegan, yo vishayata dhira. So what will be the dhira? What is the meaning of the dhira? That will be also asked. So here in this shloka, that the dhira will be there. I may ask if I am there, if I am taking this shloka test, then I will be asking some key words also, and the shloka translation has to be sung. And the pattern of this test is like that. You will be having your video on and will not be looking at the video, but closing the eyes and reciting the shloka and the meaning. You don't have to open your eyes because I may not be knowing what you are seeing. So I am having a full faith on you, but this pattern is like that. So that's why. So please
One thing,
be Hare Krishna.
One thing, Prabhuji. Yes, one thing, Prabhu. So you can ask them to share their screen and they can open their eyes, and you can test that way also.
I will just see that how much time it will take. It will take for one candidate to finish the shloka test. As per that, means like maximum 5 to 10 minutes. It will be there for 2 shlokas. Watch, like there are 2-3 shlokas are there only for the NOI. As per my understanding, 3 to 4 shlokas.
Four shlokas.
4 shlokas are there. So it should not exceed more than 10 minutes. As per the understanding.
All the 4 shlokas to be recited. Each one.
Yes, Mataji. There is no option. So there is no option. I will be asking all the 4 shlokas.
And 2 shlokas for Ishopanishad. Ishopanishad, 2 shlokas are there.
Yeah, I'm not aware about that whether you are giving the 6 shlokas test at one time, or whether you would like to give all shlokas at one time, or one unit by one unit you would like to give a test. So that is not clear with me. So I would like to check with the Lilananda Prabhu, and you also please check with him. Then he will guide us whether you would like to go all the shlokas or one unit shlokas, and as per that we will be meeting. Okay, and you please start preparing that. I want all of you to excel in this shloka test, and it will be helpful for your preaching. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, this closed book examination questions I wanted to post in closed book for this 7 to 12. Because so many are there, no, in that one. Only 2.
They're in the handbook.
Handbook.
They're in the handbook.
Handbook.
We will show you. And I can tell you. I can tell you after the meeting.
Okay. Thank you, brother.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol.
Hari Hari. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Thank you.